some of us across sort of the M4 corridor have been looking at nothing. The snow. So that there are a group of problems that, as Brett was saying, we can't bring together at local centre level. And we could do big trials where we collect huge amounts of data, and actually as a group we're really good at doing that, but they cost millions of pounds to do. We can't do them quickly, and we can't find out the information that will build towards other trials because it takes 5 years to turn that trial around. And we're not going to be able to get millions and millions of pounds for working out new ideas. We need well-established, worked-up ideas to take to the funding bodies. So how do we get around that problem? Well, Brett's talked a little bit about it with regard to that specific issue. But just recently, the P&A guys are all talking about they want a registry, or they want to collate their experience. We talked yesterday, Ian was talking about percutaneous osteoarthritis. No one's doing enough of it. Can we collect all of our experience? Equally, when we talked about pilons versus unstable ankle fractures, particularly in the elderly, we talked about collating that. And along that sort of M4 corridor grouping, we've been talking about the underreporting of grade 1 and grade 2 open fractures, particularly in the elderly, that are probably not being treated in orthoplastic units and getting reported to TARM. So I think this is a common problem that we've been talking about recently. And is there a way we can get past it? Well, I talked a little bit about trials being one option of excellent data collection, but they may not be feasible for all the sorts of things that we want to talk about. And we have a tradition within arthroplasty particularly, but within orthopaedics, of collecting data routinely and storing it away in the National Joint Registry that everyone's familiar with. So we should be good at this. But currently we've got hurdles in place, and can we get rid of those hurdles? Brett's clearly done a lot of work, and he's got his PDF form together, but there probably is a slightly more savvy way of doing that. And there's a guy called Dan Perry up in Liverpool, who some of you may know, who is collecting data in kids with SUFI. He's collating the entire country report of SUFI. So every single kid in the UK that's got a SUFI, he knows about them. And every single hospital that treats paediatric SUFI is contributing now, every single one. And they contribute through this web-based form called REDCap. And we're going to collect data, and we've got permission from all the hospitals as a service evaluation project without patient consent. And in fact, the SUFI kids don't give patient consent at an individual level to collect that data. So whilst there are issues around consent, there are ways of facilitating us collecting data in the information governance applicable way. And REDCap is an online form. You can design that. It's cheap as chips, costs a couple £100, and then you have that form and that data to do as you wish within the governance framework. And in fact, you can get it on your mobile phone. So when your registrar sees the grade 2 open fracture, they can report it on their phone, and it's gone, and it's done, job finished. It took 5 minutes to do, and we collected that data from that site. What I'd suggest is that as the Orthopaedic Trauma Society, we should think about which things that we think are priorities. And we've talked about atypical femoral fractures, there's been some other examples. We could go down the line of a very formal registry of the NJR or the NHFD for every single problem, but we're not going to be able to do that quickly enough in a way that answers the questions for us. And perhaps we should be thinking in a slightly more savvy way, using the tools that are available and the governance structures that are in place so that we can collect our data more quickly and collect that experience. I haven't got an answer, but we do have a structure. We're just about to start doing that, which is relatively flexible, and we can flex around different problems in the future. Good, I'm just aware that coffee is 5 minutes ago, and John's staring at me hard. So, I'm happy to take any questions, but I'll let you know. We're going to do this for 1 quarter. We're going to collect it from every single hospital within 4 major trauma networks. So this will be like a test bed to see whether the system works. And it'll be interesting to find out, 1, how well TARM gets reported, or it gets filled in, and 2, whether there are a whole group of fractures out there in trauma networks that aren't being reported through TARM. Thank you. Thanks, John.
Great work. we are still ahead of schedule, so I don't know whether people have comments for Xavier. Yep.
It's a very short question. Where do you store that data?
Okay, so REDCap is a web-based tool, but the storage is actually going to be in Oxford University with the OUH hospitals. And then what we did was we went to the MTC governances. So each one of the each one of the major trauma networks has got its own governance structure. So we went to the 4 networks and we said, this is our idea, this is the data we want to collect as part of service evaluation. And they said, that's great. Go and get R&D approval from each one of our participating hospitals. You're going to carry out service evaluation projects. So we produced a one-sided A4 discussion that went out to each one of the R&D departments. The local PIs, effectively, the people that were keen, led on their R&D department. Within a couple of weeks, all the hospitals had returned their R&D letters and were good to go. And that cost 250 quid to set up. One of the registrars set it up. We spent quite a lot of time thinking about what should be the questions that we want to trim them all down. And that's going to be available for people to use on their phone. And REDCap is recognised by the universities and the R&D departments as a secure way of transmitting this data. So this is a relatively flexible system where we get all the advantages that we were talking about in terms of data processing, and yet we've got a really easy pocket device that you can just tuck it in and off it goes. So I'm hoping that it'll just sort of smuggle its way into normal day-to-day work and won't be too much of a burden.
Ian?
Don't throw it back.
Not necessary. It's just a general comment about all of this sort of process, because in effect what we're talking about is a form of continual QI, quality improvement. And it's been the perception of the BOA and BOA Council that part of the way that this has become disrupted is because of the culture in which we live. And we live in a blame culture, and there is a major effort going on to make this a just culture, which will mean that actually getting information from these exercises will become really meaningful if people get engaged and comply with them, because that will really change what we're doing. So if you're going through this process, the vital thing is for everybody to engage. And the one stick that will appear is a good stick, because when you're going through your appraisal annually, you'll be able to say, I've complied with this, and actually that will be a huge tick in terms of all of your revalidation processes. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to pressurise the changing culture to make all of this easier, so the whole process drives through easier.
Okay. Yep. Over here.
From right.
Brilliant.
It's always my left hand.
Just on that note, it's from Tarn.
Yeah.
I sit on the Tarn committee, and one of the things that Tarn is doing, they're moving over to, for those of you who don't know, Tarn are moving over to a new computer system shortly. We're using this opportunity to look at inclusion criteria for Tarn. So for the orthopaedic community, it's a really exciting time for what we would want to look at through Tarn. So, and once it's embedded in this next iteration, that's it. And after that, it takes funding to change. So the first meeting is in 2 weeks. So if anybody wants to feel strongly about what they would like to see, it cannot be a full trauma registry, but there are certain things that can be included. One of the things that we're going to do is a frailty score. That's coming next, because ASA and Charleston have their limitations. Who knew that curry could make you sound this bad? But basically, get in touch. If anybody feels strongly about what Tarn could do, let us know, because this is it's a massive opportunity. It's happening in the next few weeks.
Thank you. Okay.